As we continue sailing around the island of misfit toys, we find a new wharf named Tarnished Trove and dock there. As we explore Tarnished Trove, we are greeted by Dusty Gift Wrap, who shares there is a total of 3 hidden treasures in different parts of the islands. Dusty also shares their Game Boy detector to help us find these treasures. Lastly, Dusty mentions one of the treasures is within this destination. After exploring the area, we find the first Game Boy treasure under a hat and are now ready to start this challenge. To access the Game Boy, we click our badge and from the item section select the Volume 1 cartridge. After clicking the cartridge, the game opens. We enter the game and chat with Jared, who shares information about Tom Liston and encourages us to find him. Next, we navigate this broken world and eventually meet Cody. This friendly doggo says we need to reconstruct this broken QR code by finding the blocks that will sing back to us and placing them in their correct position. Using the R key in our keyboard, we can aim musical notes to blocks, and we quickly find the first block we need to reposition. The block counter on the lower left of the screen indicates we have 6 more blocks to go. With our quiver full of musical notes, we start searching for the next misplaced block. Phew! That took a while. There must be a better way. After wandering around this maze and exhausting our pipes from all the singing, we eventually find the next block that sings. In our quest to find the Easy button, we review the game's JavaScript source code using the Sources tab in the Chrome DevTools console. As we begin reviewing the code, the mention of different color palettes catches our attention. That is, in the game, when a misplaced block is identified, it changes colors, and modifying the color palette of the game could potentially identify the blocks we need to relocate. We continue reviewing the code and eventually find a mention for a key binding that is not displayed within the in-game instructions. The binding indicates the opening and closing bracket keys can help us alternate between different color palettes. We go back to our game to test this functionality. After a few variations, we land on a color palette that reveals the blocks we need to relocate. With most of our blocks identified, we start finding their intended location and also coming up with a strategy for the correct order to place them. The wrong move could obstruct the movement a different block and forced us to reset the game. After finding the last block, we noticed its destined location is not visible. To find it, we push the block around until we eventually find its final location. As we complete the last block, we are given a QR code to scan. We will be using the QR code Raptor website to translate it. Ultimately, we land on a website with a flag value. To complete the challenge, we go back to our badge and enter the flag within the objectives section of our badge. See you on the next challenge.